Hi there, welcome back to another cleaning video, and this time I have a quick Sunday evening clean. So we're only doing a couple chores in this one, and we're kicking it right off with vacuuming the washer machine and loading up a load here of towels. I like to change out my towels weekly, so that's what I'm setting up in the washer there. And then here I've already stripped my sheets and they're in the dryer at this point, I believe. And I'm doing something that I do weekly, which is wipe the baseboard of the bed. And then I also go in with my Dyson vacuum and vacuum up the mattress pad just to get up any excess dog hair or just any dirt or anything that ends up there. And then I'm sadly removing my dog from the couch here. So sad. I feel so bad about this. But I needed to move her and then her toy and the blanket so that I could vacuum the couch. I usually try to do this like 2 to 3 times per week, and I'm not very consistent with it. Sometimes it'll be 1 time per week. But this is a fabric couch, and the best way to clean it for us is to vacuum it using the Dyson mini vacuum attachment there. And so yeah, I'm just doing that, trying to get as many nooks and crannies as I can, even removing the pillows in the back so that I can clean them as best I can. And even though this is kind of a pain to do, it generally only takes like 5 to 10 minutes. I used to vacuum with a different, smaller attachment, and it took forever to get the couch done. And then I realized I could use this attachment, and it works a lot, like 1,000 times better. So definitely doesn't take too long, and I always appreciate sitting on a nice clean couch afterwards. So now that the sheets are dry, I'm just putting them back on my bed. I wash and reuse the same sheets pretty much every week just because I love them so much. These are UGG brand from, I believe, a Marshalls or TJ Maxx, and they're just so cozy, and I've had them for over a year now. They are starting to pill a little bit, which is kind of annoying, but I literally wash them every week and I don't use any other sheets. I do have a backup pair just in case, but it's pretty much just been these ones. And then here I have my pillowcases. Underneath I put these silk pillowcases. I have 2 sets of those, so 4 total, and I switch them out again on a weekly basis. And then for the top pillowcases, it's just the same UGG pillowcases that came with the bedsheet set. And that's it. The bed is all nice and made, and I have a blanket that's in the wash that I didn't get any footage of, but that would go on top after that. So now we're tackling the biggest part of this weekend clean, which is cleaning out the bar cart. It just honestly accumulated so much crap. As you can see here, there's just like so much random stuff that's not bar cart related. So the first thing I had to do was remove that. I have these little, like you can kind of see them, these little travel containers from a trip that I took over a month ago. I haven't cleaned like the soap and shampoo out of them yet, so this was my time to remove them and maybe get started on that. I actually didn't start on that, but removing them from the bar cart was the first step. Anyway, so I'm just taking off these containers and all the bottles that are on top. 3 pieces of art here that I love, and just giving those a wipe down with a dry cloth at that point. I'm removing stuff from this little middle shelf, and this bar cart is from Target, and it's honestly held up really well. It's really sturdy. I've had it for 3 years at this point, and it was a good investment. It's like the perfect design for me. I really like it. And that middle shelf holds like all of the bar accessories, and then the bottom, you can see it is loaded with just random bottles. So I'm just giving those a dusting. Again, this cloth is dry, so I'm just wiping the dust off the tops of the bottles where the dust usually accumulates. And now I'm going in with this Pink Method spray. I'll get the right name and put it up from Target. And I just spray that on my cloth or directly on the surface in some cases, and then give that a good wipe down to get up all of the dust and dirt that's all over this bar cart. I know you can't really see it, but it's there. And the bottom is always the worst. Of course, I start at the top and make my way down, and everything is just all on this bottom part. So I'm wiping it a couple times and underneath and around the legs to make sure I get everything. That load of towels that you saw at the very beginning of this is done. They're ready to be folded. My dog loves to check out the warm towels, so she's joining in on the folding process. And yeah, not much to say here. I just fold the hand towels. I folded the hand towels first there, then the little washcloths, and then I don't show it, but I think I put those towels back up and hung them in the bathroom because they're clean now. And now that the bar cart has had some time to dry, I'm just putting everything back on. I'm giving these bottles a wipe from the top. I didn't do that before, so it's their turn to get wiped. And if you have a project like this or something similar, just like a piece of furniture with a bunch of things that are collected on this, I recommend just going out there, getting it done. If you've been putting it off and it just makes you angry every time you pass it, or at least that's how I felt with this bar cart, just call a friend, talk to someone, put on a YouTube video, put on a podcast, and just get it out of the way. Now, the next step would be decluttering so you don't have so much stuff to dust and remove every time. But hopefully this can provide some motivation to you to actually just sit down and get that project done. And there it is, the finished product. It looks so much better. You know, like I said, it's a little cluttered still, but I think the organization makes a lot more sense too now. Just so much cleaner. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick Sunday night clean with me. If you are interested in more clean with me videos, make sure you follow along, hit subscribe, and I will be posting more on a weekly basis.